Some guys from the Discord actually took a couple of, somebody's putting, sorry, I'm gonna forget your name, but somebody's putting together a whole bunch of stuff from the JP script so that we can actually have it on screen eventually, which would be very cool. But somebody found a subbed or the Japanese playthrough, and there's some interesting differences that I thought we would look at real quick. The sound's gonna cut out because I'm tabbing out, so I'm sorry about that, but like, let's look at this real quick. Like, here's some stuff from the opening of the game. And to me, this is actually insane. So, like, look at this. This is Chapter 4, Operation Cloudburst, Battle for the Bridge. But now, look at what the Japanese is. It's Operation Spring Storm, but remember previously when they mentioned Haru no Arashi? In the last stream, I was like, oh, that should be something like Spring Storm or something. But they actually give the subtitle right there. It's right there. It's not missing. It's just right there. Like, they had it. They didn't need to do anything. It was just right there. They had it. They just decided, we don't want to use that. We're going to name it Operation Cloudburst instead, which has nothing to do with anything. Like, why? What's the point? Why would you do that? There's nothing wrong with calling it, that's exactly it. There's nothing wrong with calling it Spring Storm in the slightest. In fact, it makes more sense because the opening of this scene is like, oh, we're going to use some fog that only comes out in spring as covered across the river. That's the whole thing. Number 1 is also called Outbreak. It's not called Gallia to Arms. They just changed it for whatever. Like, we were right there, man. It was right there. You didn't have to do anything. They gave it to you. It was on a platter. You could have just used it. This one is actually more interesting, right? So these two are the newspaper articles from the very opening crawl. And as I was going through it, I noticed they're not the same. Even though in the Japanese, they're still written in English. Now, I totally understand that you might fix up some of the English grammar that's kind of wonky, right? Like, it is wonky, don't get me wrong. The fight with a big mining right is created. That's not the best. But if you look at valuable mining rights at stake, that's somewhat different. But the two that are actually really different are the scholar's interview, the limit will come in 10 years, versus studies predict resource exhaustion within 10 years. That's very, very, very different. Like, thematically, the difference between an interview with a scholar versus a study, right? Like, there's some flavor differences there. The other one, though, is even more interesting. Valuable mining places is valuable mines endangered. That's fine. It's probably what they meant. But look at this. Fossil fuels. I mean, if I gotta lean in. To which demand rises. I never knew throughout the entirety of playing this game that fossil fuels even existed in this universe. Like, I had no idea that fossil fuels were a thing. Right? So that's a huge point of world building, that fossil fuels actually exist in the Valkyria Chronicles universe. They're just not used because Ragnite is so much better. Right? Demand rises for fossil fuels would be very interesting. But then in the English, it calls for an alternative energy source. Like, you don't know. So you have no idea that fossil fuels exist at all, even as a thing in the English version. Which is kind of really cool for world building. It's like an interesting little tidbit that you would not have known about. And I didn't know about until I looked and saw. But this just speaks to the fact that even in these background things, like even in just random places, they decided, oh, we know better. Like, we're just gonna change it. Which is, to me, insane. Think fast, shit ass. Like, scouts are just broken. They're just like okay. You know, what are you supposed to do against this when I just run a scout up here and kill 3 of your guys in 3 turns because I have a ton of movement? This is something that Valkyria Chronicles 4 does a lot to fix. Like, the gameplay is a lot more balanced in 4. So I'm pretty sure I could actually run up and just end this right here if I could get around. Maybe. Maybe next turn, but... Please don't. Yeah, 4 is really good. I was surprised that the translation of 4 was actually not terrible. It was pretty okay.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Oh, we can do the medic. The, so we call for a medic. Like, she just says medic. It's okay. I'll take it from here. I don't know why they didn't even bother with any of that. What? What? Why are you meowing at me? Why are you meowing at me? Yeah? GG. I realize you guys still have all your tanks and all your units here, but I took your flag, so you guys have to leave. You have to go home. Oh guys, they took our flag, we gotta go home. Oh, this cutscene's cool. Wow, yeah, no, nuh-uh, nope, nope, didn't say that. He said, okay, activate the bridge, we can't let them cross. Which is kind of important, not, let's see how their tanks like the river. A bazinga. Not an impressive start, but well done for your first operation. Fine, captain's fine. Yeah, so this is an issue that I have with Largo's characterization, because he's not doing this kind of like, well, what the hell? This kid drove a damn tank into the stinking river. That kind of thing. He's like a grizzled guy. And he didn't say into the river. He's like, that was some plan. I mean, kid is fine. Like, I feel like that's okay. But like, it should be, that was some plan he cooked up. I didn't think he'd really be able to cross the river in a tank, because he does say cross, not drive into. He knows they crossed it. Yeah, this is just not right, where they're saying, oh, you've first taste of victory. She's saying, you know, what were your first impressions after this operation? The taste of victory thing is uncalled for.
感じたこと、そうですね。橋というのは道と道をつなぐ人々の生活になくてはならないものです。
Oh my God. I swear to God, why are they like this? Why would you do this? He's not saying something stupid like bridges are important. Like, he said michi to you no wa, and he continues the sentence. Like, bridges are an important, like, focal point that connects people and paths. Not bridges are important. Like, no one talks like this.
僕も第七小隊の中でみんなの心と心をつなぐ橋のような存在になりたいとそう思います。
And he doesn't say, I think that's my new goal. He says, I'd like to become a sort of bridge between my crew to bind everyone together or pull everyone together. So they're kind of playing Welkin off as like this kind of dummy for no reason, and I don't get it.
いつか町の人が戻ってきた時に
When the people of the town return, or when everybody returns is fine.
この行きそうの花が少しでも元気を分けてあげられますように
Maybe, this is one where I'd have to give it a closer read, because it's not feel like home, but genki ga deru is like ataerareru it's close to the same concept. Like I get it, right? There's definitely something here that is start to feel like home. It's not bad, but it's also when they see these lion paws, I hope that they can feel not emboldened, but maybe some sense of ease is what I would do. 少しでも元気をかけ、yeah, ありますように. Because it's the あげますように, which is kind of like a prayer, but it's also a wistful sentiment. It's more like I just hope when the people of the town come back, if they see these flowers or these lions' paws blooming, they'll feel a sense of familiarity or a sense of ease, something like that.
おいアリシアそろそろ出発するよは
ーい今行きます元気に咲いてね
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. I forgot this line. I forgot this whole line. I remember now. This is all flooding back into my brain. Oh my god. She just said genki ni saite ne, which is like, you know, I would almost even say like I'll be back, or you know, don't go anywhere, or you know, take root, grow up strong, something like that, but not, well, flowers, do your stuff. Because what does that even mean? After expressing this idea of like, they don't bloom immediately, she just planted them. So it's a hope for the future, not do your, just stop. Please stop. Yeah, I don't... It is hard to build a working picture of why these people work the way that they do, you know? Like, what could possibly be their modus operandi for translating the way that they do? Because they're clearly insane. Oh yeah, we do need to come up with like a list of new games, right? Like next games to play. Oh, okay, so here's the thing about Final Fantasy XIV. It is butchered beyond all recognition and repair. This is not debatable. However, Final Fantasy XIV is above my pay grade. In terms of Japanese, it is difficult. Oh, Shadow of the Colossus, yeah, thanks for reminding me. I haven't looked into the differences. I wonder if there are any significant ones. That's a good one. But I don't think there's enough content there to like do a whole stream unless I just want to play Shadow of the Colossus, which I kind of do, but it's kind of just a really good game. Oh yeah, Revali in Breath of the Wild. Oh man, I could talk about that. They butchered him. Revali has like he has probably the most fans in Breath of the Wild. Definitely the most female fans, other than the fish. Because he's like a bad boy, and everybody loves him. He's a jerk. You know, he's Anchor Arms. So what's Revali's deal? Okay, so in Breath of the Wild, like wow, that's fucked up. The localization kind of makes him an asshole for no reason at all. He's just kind of like actually a jerk. Like he's really pissed off at at Link for no reason and rude to Zelda and just kind of like a smug, aloof jackass. But in the Japanese, he's kind of more like, he's cocky, but he's got a heart of gold. He's got, like, you know, the gap, right? So on the one hand, he's really cocky and full of himself, but he's also like the first one to come to Link's aid. Yeah, he's a reliable ally, he's a friend, he's cocky, he's a little tsun, but he's got a heart of gold. Like, if you look at the comments on the Japanese cutscenes for them, right? Oh, either you kill him or we're dead. Let's go. Nice. Everyone's like, oh man, I love this guy. Yeah, he's a lot like Falco, kind of. He's a lovable scamp. He's like, he's smug, he's aloof, he talks a lot of shit, but then he's there when it matters. And it's very clear, like, that's what he's all about. Vitrolic friend? Yeah, something like that. I mean, he's not even really all that vitrolic, to be honest. He's kind of just like, he's Sun. Like, he's a little bit of a Sun. He's a bad boy. Like, he has so many Fujo fans, it's insane. Like, almost as many as Sidian. Like, they go crazy for that Birdman. No.
感覚が狂って自分がどこを歩いてるのか分からなくなってくるぜ。
Yeah, this is more like you can't tell where you are and where you've been. It's no matter how far we go, there's just trees everywhere. Nothing about map in the dirt is just, what are you doing? Why would you add that? It's like, what are you doing? That's simple.
Alicia, これを持っててくれるかな。
メルキン、これ何かの木の実？
いや、ヒゲ長ヤギの糞だよ。
もうそんなもの渡さないでよ。
Yeah, not poo. Just don't hand me something like that. Why would you phrase it that you're?
ほら、ここを見てみなよ。
She just said, "Don't." Why would you hand me something like that?
草が踏まれた跡があるな。こりゃなんだ。
Not what's the deal. It's what is.
獣たちの通り道だよ。
And he doesn't say it could be our way
獣たちは移動
out.
に適したコースを探し出して、そこを通り道にしているんだ。そのおかげで周りの小枝は折られるし、草は食われて歩きやすくなる。
Not a perfect trail, just becomes easier to
森の
walk.
中も突破できそうな気がするな。
They're not lost.
敵補給基地はこの近くにあるはずだ。これより作戦を
Like
開始
they're
する。
implying that they're lost here, but they're not. Nobody actually says that they're lost. They're not saying, "Oh, we're trying to find a way out." They're trying to find efficient paths through the forest, which is quite different. Like, they're the army. They have to move supplies and things through. Yeah. Like, he just says fun, which is just droppings. Like, fun is just droppings. Like, it's not poo. When is the last time that you have ever heard somebody say poo? Like actually. Because I can't think of the last time I've heard somebody say poo. Now we get the mascot pig, which I blame for a lot of the tone issues. Because Japan does the thing, you know, you have this cute mascot character, and they're like, well, we gotta just match the tone for this, right? Wow, this is messed up. I can't believe they would mistranslate this. They didn't even count the number of laws correctly.
ねえロジ、それって何の歌？
This is a joke.
落ち着いた感じのいいメロディーね。
I was making a joke, but then they did fuck this line up. She says, what is that song? It's such a calming melody. It's just a pig.
豚？
But she, it's funny because she doesn't say it's a pig, she says it's a piglet.
羽豚の子供のようですね。
So, here's the thing, and I'm not fully one way or the other on this. I think I get it, like Porcavian, avian pig, pork, bird pig, right? Like there's an argument to be made there, but does that read like, because they just say hanebuta, which is like winged pig. Does that read to you guys? Does Porcavian read winged pig? Because to me, it doesn't really read. This is one of those things where you would discuss with the team, and I could totally see somebody actually coming to this conclusion. Like, I'm not saying they're wrong. Like, I don't want to just be contrarian all the time where I say, oh, that's stupid. You guys are, you know, you're dumb. You shouldn't have named it this. Because I can see the argument. Like, that's not the point of the stream, is to just tear down everything they did. Because I can see the argument for Porcavian. But the question is does it read? And to me, I don't think it reads. I would have just gone with, it's a winged piglet. Or, yeah, like a winged pig. Like a winged piglet, something like that.
家族がいなくなっちゃったの？一人ぼっち？
Ooh, that's really messed up. Look at that. Wow, they're really messing this up. You lost your family too? I don't seem to recall Alicia mentioning anything about being an orphan yet, right? Has she? Sanity check me on this. I don't believe she's mentioned anything about being an orphan. I didn't hear a mo in there. Was there a mo? Did she say kimi mo? Did she say kimi mo? She didn't. She definitely didn't say kimi mo. Like, I'm just having a sanity check here, but I'm like 99% sure she didn't say kimi mo kazoku ga inaku natta ne. Yeah, that's like just a pure spoiler. The fact that she's an orphan is kind of a big fucking deal. Like, does she say mo? Kimi mo? Okay, if she says mo, that's fine. She does technically say mo. Okay. Then I retract my statement. That's fine then. I can be wrong. I'll accept that I'm wrong. But you see how I'm on edge for spoilers like that when they did the, like, they'll blow us all up Dark Sijin thing. When you've been hit too many times so you're paranoid, that's me. It's definitely that. Well, it's also, it's just, I wish I could have the Japanese subtitles running alongside, then I'd be able to know, like, a lot faster. Yeah, it's fine. Why did they do this to me? This is not another victory for Welkin Gunther. It's just, Welkin, you did it again.
いや、今回のお手柄は僕じゃなくてこいつだろ。
This guy? Yeah, that's fine.
よかったね、ハンス。隊長が褒めてくれてるよ。
Again, why do we do this? Why must we do this? It's just, isn't that nice, Hans? The captain's praising you, or the captain says you did a good job. Like, can't we just do that? Can we not do that? Have you ever heard anyone talk?
今回の作戦は森に住む生き物の知恵を借りたものだからね。
No, not thanks to the animals living in the woods. It was our victory today was thanks to, like, borrowing from, nature. He's talking about mori no naka no ikimono no chie o karita mono, which is like the knowledge gained from the environment, or like the animals living here, right? He's talking about the animal path.
それにしてもいつの間にハンスなんて名前になったんだよ。
He doesn't say bacon. He said, so wait, who decided his name was Hans anyway? I'm surprised we're already in the desert. This is some of my favorite parts, actually. The desert gets sick. I think my favorite cutscene is close. It's so fucking cool.
どうやったらこんだけ広い場所を丸ごと焼いたりできるんだ。
Did say magic.
わかんねえな。
It's just, I don't know how you could do something like that.
根拠のない風説だって言ってたけど。
あいつら昔からラグナイト掘りの仕事とかやらされてるだろ。あたいらも知らない
怪しいラグナイトの技術とかを知ってるんだよ。きっと。
それにしても
It's more like some weird way to use Ragnite. And also she said yarasetteru, which is like
このバリアス
forced
砂漠の遺
to
跡
or
周辺
made
に
to.
帝国軍が駐留しているという情報が入ったんだ。情報の信憑性を確かめるのが今回の第7小隊の任務になる。
Which is kind of important.
こんな場所で一体何やってんだか。
Oh, shut up with the sandbox to play. Shut up.
鋭い。確かに何か秘密がある。
She just said, I don't know what they're doing out here. And this Empyreans, like, no one says that.
方位040に敵戦車発見。距離800。敵歩兵も複数確認。戦闘態
There's
勢に
no
入っている。
dot dot dot.
お待ちかねの敵さん登場か
No, and this was more
第
like,
7小隊
it looks
戦闘
like
隊形に展開せよ。
this is what we've been waiting for. I really don't. It's tone. Like, it's all tone, right?
戦略的価値のないバリアス砂漠などに自ら進軍なされたのが気になってな。
This is a little longer than he made it out to be here. I'm curious as to why he would personally lead an expeditionary force out into the Barious Desert.
セルベリアを連れて行ったからにはおそらくバルキュリアに関連したことだろう。
I really dislike this turn of phrase here, the Valkyr, because number one, that's not a word. You could just say Valkyria. Like, why do you need to like singularize it in this way? It's kind of weird. Like, it's very weird. Also, yeah, he's based. Yeah, something you can pronounce without like gargling a bunch of rocks. Valkyria.
それに俺は
Yeah. Isn't it cool to know that the people who train? But it's worse than that, actually. It would be one thing if it was done out of malice, right? Like, I can perfectly imagine somebody doing what they're doing out of just pure malice, right? Like, I hate the games, I hate you, and I want you to have a bad experience. That I can understand. But it's worse than that. The people who did this translation more than likely thought that they were... Wow, Aika, okay. Thought that they were doing a good job. Like, it's that, isn't it better when more people like the things that you like? No, because they'll like it in the wrong way for the wrong reasons. Like, if they just hated us, I could understand that indemnity. Like, oh yeah, you know. Oh, I mean, but it goes so much further back. Like, I don't think Koji Fox is a leftist ideologue, right? He's not like, hoo-hoo, I will insert my progressive politics into Final Fantasy XIV. He's just a hack. It's the, you know, of all tyrannies, the worst is one that's instituted sincerely. Fucking C.S. Lewis quote. Pull up the C.S. Lewis quote. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance, but a lot of them are just doubling down. Because, you know, it's like unions and they all work together, they all know each other, they all don't want to admit that they did anything wrong. Like, people still, to this day, praise Final Fantasy XIV and pretend as if the English version exists on equal footing with the Japanese version, which is insane. Like, people will still insist, oh, the Final Fantasy XIV, they write the English at the same time. Yeah, the limit break where Koji's just like, we changed the limit break. And you can see Yoshi P's face is like, the game's, from everything that I've seen, the game's story is quite good. But there are so many places where where the actual intended stuff is so much better that it's actually insane. Only trans because of the game code. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I don't begrudge anybody for having issues translating because of technical limitations, right? The quest for your friends on the way was also filled with Marvel clips in Japanese. It wasn't! It wasn't at all. None of them were. And there's no communal salt lick.
なんだこのバカでっかい建物は。
It's not really, huh? It's more like, whoa. What is that massive building?
砂漠のど真ん中にこんなものがあるとはね。
Look at the tone. Like, look at the tone here. It's not, what a weird place for something like this. She's saying, wow, I never would have thought there'd be something this huge out in the desert.
この遺跡は何千年も昔にバルキュリア人の手で作られたと言われている。
It's said. I don't like supposedly. It should be it's said that the Valkyria created or made this building thousands of years ago.
バルキュリア人。
Like, do you? Oh my god. I swear I'm not playing up these reactions for stream. Like, I'm just remembering going through this game, like... Yes, that's the implication. Obviously, that is the implication, right? The way that she says, Valkyria Jin, is obviously implying, oh, wait, that's like a real thing? But that's why you don't spell it out. You're supposed to be like, Valkyria? Like the Valkyria? What? Not, so they actually existed then? Yes, that is the plot point, thank you.
そうだ。数千年前、その名をヨーロッパの歴史に突然表した古代の民族だ。
And this is even more nuanced because he doesn't say the Valkyria made a sudden appearance in European history thousands of years ago. It said people under that name started to show up in European history thousands of years ago.
当時の文明では考えられないほどの高い技術、そして神の力を持っていたと言われている。
It's divine might is bad. I think divine might is bad. It should be like they possessed. It's said that, or records indicate that they possessed superior or technology far in advance of surrounding cultures, and something called the power of the gods would be better. Divine might is I think reading into it.
だが、その後バルキュリア人たちは歴史の中から突然消えてしまったんだ。
Not then one day. It's after those records, there isn't anything more. They just stop showing up.
へえ、そうだったんだ。
Really? We're still doing this. We're like we're still doing this? I always thought they were a myth. That's not what you said. You said, そうだったんだ. Oh, is that the case? Or, oh, I didn't know that.
うわー、遺跡の中にこんな場所があったんだ。
Every time I have to read these lines, a little bit of my will to live escapes. She doesn't say, whoa, I don't know what I expected, but it really wasn't this. I didn't think that a place like this would be inside these ruins, or this isn't what I was expecting. Now you're my hero.
この地もダラクス人によって焼かれた都市の一つである。とある。
Yeah, that's fine.
ダルクス人の邪法の力。
What? What? You're reading a whole lot into Alicia's character here, where she's just repeating the final phrase, saying like did that really happen almost? Not so they did use Ragnite. Like, fuck off. What are you talking about? No. She's questioning or in amazement, just repeating the same thing back.
いわゆる古代バルキュリア戦争だ。
Why can't you just call it the Valkyria War? Like, War of the Valkyrie. Like, Valkyria is stupid. I don't like that.
小さい頃絵本で読んだことある。でもそれっておとぎ話や神話じゃないの？
This is basically fine.
この遺跡をはじめヨーロッパ各地にはバルキュリア人が存在した痕跡は数多くある。
This isn't ruled the continent, it's just there's traces of the Valkyrie across Europa. Yeah, it's literally in the title. Yeah, I mean, I get that it's a repeating thing, but it's not that she's saying that they did use Ragnite. Like, I understand that it's definitely a cultural thing to repeat what somebody just said back slower, but that doesn't excuse the fact that they're reading into something that she's not expressing. Like, she's not expressing, wow, they did use Ragnite. She's saying wow, the Valkyria really existed, if anything. Or, wow, I didn't know that, if anything. Or they did what? Yeah, they did what is a good read.
さすがファルディオ。詳しいな。
Why are you like this? Why must you be like this? Wow, this is so educational. Wow, Faldio, you sure know your stuff.
どうしたロジ？さっきから黙り込んで腹でも下したのか？
Wait. Hada demo kuda? I don't think that. Somebody give me that line. The way he says it is weird. Hada demo kudashita? That's a weird turn of phrase. Hada kudasu. Yeah. Actually, he's right. Well, there you go. That one's correct. Color me surprised. Hada kudasu. I didn't realize that was actually the runs. Well, there you go. Because I was thinking like the kanji for that is different, but no, hey, he's right. You got it.
それにダルクス人が人に迷惑をかける存在だと決めつけるのはおかしいと思います。
It's not. I wouldn't say it's an unfair generalization, but I think it's wrong.
違うっていうのか。あんたらダルクス人のせいであたいは。
That my whole is definitely not there. Again, this is why I was so unsure about the U2 family thing, because that my whole isn't there. It's because of you people that I.
はいはい、そこまでだ。
Not my whole. Like, you're getting a little ahead of yourselves here.
ラルゴ、邪魔すんなよ。
今は紹介に夢中だ。そんなに騒いでると敵から狙い撃ちにされるぜ。
I don't like you're likely to get sniped. I don't think people say that. It's more like you keep making all that noise and you're gonna draw enemy fire. He doesn't say you too, kid, which is kind of big here, don't you think? Like the implication that he is taking a side.
ロジが頭に血が上りやすいの知ってんだろ？お前も無駄に言い返さなきゃいいのによ。
This is where he comes in. And it's not, she wouldn't go off if you didn't talk back. It's just, you don't have to egg her on so much.
バルキュリアの螺旋だな。
So you can say Valkyrian spiral. Not the spiral of the Valkyrie. You didn't do that.
バルキュリアの螺旋?
Like, this is another one of those. You're just repeating it back. But he's not saying, okay, so what is it? It's more just like the Valkyrie spiral? Or, yeah. I mean, like, listen to the pause. Like, the.
ここにも碑文が記されている。
Now, wow, look at that wall. It's.
いや
No, I don't.
この文字は俺にも読めないな
No, I can't read these. Like it's very clear that he can read them. Like you miss the whole little bit of misdirection there that foreshadows what Falio is going to do later.
ウェルキもしバーゼル制圧部隊やイェーガーの部隊を打ち破ったのはお
So
前
you're the one who
なかなか巧妙な作戦を使う男らしいな行くぞ
Yeah, he doesn't say singing your praises. It's more like you're quite the creative one, or you use quite creative tactics.
よし
He doesn't say anything about
行くぞ
like boy or
あ
Jaeger was singing your praises. It's more just like, oh, Welkin, could you be the one who stopped our advance at the bridge and pushed back Jaeger's forces? You're quite the one for inventive tactics, aren't you? And then he just leaves, like he just says that and then turns his back and walks out. Like you're quite the crafty one, yeah, and just walks out. Like he's so much cooler in Japanese. They don't feel the need to add this boy and all that stuff. Yeah. He's not mocking Welkin. He's like, oh, he was singing your praises, boy. He's like, oh, you're quite the crafty one. And then he turns and walks out. Like, just unconcerned. Yeah, he acknowledges Welkin. Oh man, we haven't saved. Holy shit. Wait, we haven't saved in 3 hours. Let's save again, just to be sure. Ooh, lad. Okay. Well, I think that was just about, yeah, he's not his girlfriend, just his adversary. Guys, that just happened. Did I hear about the Jello apocalypse? Yes, I did. I made a post about that, like, bro. I, for one, am shocked that someone like Jello Apocalypse would go on a rant, an insane rant about writing a dub. You're telling me that a dub writer did that? Wow, I am shocked. It wasn't on Nico Nico, it was on YouTube. But they spam through the dialogue so fast. Yeah, he was saying the quiet part out loud. She says it's better to go. It's interesting because the English here is giving you worse advice than the Japanese is for how to beat this mission. She's saying it's better to go around the back. This isn't mow our camps down, it's like, and they call them kyoten, which is like, it's more like supply points almost, but camps is fine. Oh, this is just completely wrong. Some woman is sending up some major fireworks. She said like "fushigi na chikara de." Like there's reports of a woman using some kind of strange power, or like, also what's up wobblers, yo. Yeah, sending off some major bad vibes. No, this is not major fireworks. And this is like almost my favorite scene in the game coming up. So fucking cool. I love the aesthetic. Yeah, like this is what I'm talking about. The tone of the game is just wrong. It's not, alright, let's slow that behemoth down with as much rubble as we could throw in front of it, team. It's understood. We need to stop this tank's progress, so, you know, we'll drop. They're talking about dropping these relics in front of it, like the ruins. It's very much like a pointed, militaristic, we know what we need to do kind of thing. Not this, let's stop that behemoth, guys. All right, we'll buy as much time as we can. Yeah, that's good. Shut up, shut up. It's not. Oh, that main cannon is lethal. Of course it's lethal, it's a fucking tank! They're all lethal!
おそらくあの手法を発射した際の熱を発散しているのでしょう。
This is one of those lines where she's not saying they must be she is saying they must be using them to cool the cannon after firing it. But did you hear the style of how she's speaking? It's like she's speaking much more technically like an engineer would. Like that's the point. She's an engineer. It's like they must activate after the tank fires in order to dissipate heat. Like she's being technical. God, did you know that it's possible to miss here? Like you can fuck this up and the grenade will just not go in. Sometimes it just bounces off the edge. How insane is that? And once you destroy this one, Selvaria shows up immediately. I think. Yes, this is the best cutscene in the game. Right here. It's so fucking cool. Is it this one? Or is it after this? No, maybe it's during the retreat. After this cutscene. The aesthetic. Wow, that's just wrong. No, she's saying the power of the Valkyrie is here with us now. Like, go and conquer. It's so much cooler. Like, she's not saying the cobalt flames of the Valkyrie or whatever. She's a literal goddess of battle at that point, wielding a holy lance. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, the real scene is so cool because she's like channeling the power of the Valkyrie like it's the coolest fucking thing ever. Beetle-tastic! Well, it's the power of the Valkyrie, guys. What's that lance? We gotta get out of here. That just happened. Yeah, it's not claim her. It's like it's Seatsu or Senmetsu. Yeah, Senmetsu, it's like destroy her or like destroy it, like Gekiha, like yeah. Like destroy. Laugh track, laugh track. I just moved something with my freaking mind? I'll probably fly next. Yeah, the kanji she's using there is like... It's militaristic, but it's also like... Kill. Like, kill them. And I think getting shot with crossfire from the tank stops her. No, it doesn't. Cool. Kozakashi. Give me Kozakashi, because that's some, what is that? He's not saying vermin, I don't think. Kozaka. Nobody talks like that, so it's... Kozakashi. Clever, shrewd, crafty. Yeah, I would say insolent. It's you insolent little shit, or you insolent trash. No, not lost to this Revali. I can't believe it. I didn't think this tank would, however he's calling it, because Batomys or whatever. Bararu, I don't know what he calls it. It's some katakana bullshit. No, are you still unharmed? Kono gerubiru. Gerubiru? That's like some German thing. Like, I don't know. For the nurse animation, that's true.
マーモット計画も修正せねばならぬな。
We'll need to adjust, yeah, plans for the marmot. Oh, it's got to be gerbil. I guess they're saying it's not cool enough because the next one is a marmot, so the first one is a gerbil. I guess they're saying, oh, that's not a cool enough name. Gerubiru. So it should be a gerbil. Marmot and gerbil. So they've just kind of completely lost that. They just got rid of it. So cool. You don't get that. Too bad. You don't get to play the game the way that they intended it. Even if you think that's not cool, too bad. You don't get to do it. この結果をもとにマーモット警戒を修正せねばならぬ。Yeah. So they're using small animal names for their tanks. Yeah, the gerbil, marmot. That's the naming convention. They've just kind of got rid of the whole naming convention.
今はそれよりも安全なところへ。我が隊が護衛いたします。
Yeah, she doesn't mention that at all. They're like she doesn't say you're in danger here, so we need to retreat now. They're making this explicit. She doesn't say in due time, Grace. She's being deadly serious right now.
やった！ついに敵戦車を撃退したぞ。
No, we didn't manage to beat that thing back. We managed to destroy that tank. 撃退。
ギュンター少尉、よくやった。神殿東部の残存部隊もそちらに合流する。
Not I've sent, but they are going to meet you there. Yeah, that's true. They should be making a mouse, like the German mouse thing. That's actually undoubtedly a reference to the mouse. For all you girls and Panzer fans out there, and fans of World War II.
よし、追撃を開始する。敵の総司令官を逃がすな。
Doesn't call it Maximilian. He says, "Don't let the enemy commander get away." This one right here. I think, or maybe there's another one later when Alicia shows up. There's one that's so fucking cool. No, she doesn't say. She says, "Don't run." So fucking cool. Maybe this is the one. I can't remember. There's a couple of them. Yeah, right here. God, she's so fucking cool. She's so fucking cool. God, she's so fucking cool.
ガリアにも骨のある部隊がいるようだな。全軍撤退。マクシミリアン様を傷つけるな。
Cool. Also, Alicia, to get back to the point, Alicia does not say, "Did you see that?" She just said, she just goes, "She deflected a tank shell," and then Welkin goes, "What the hell?" Or, "That's insane." Hits a tank shell out of the air with a holy lance. God. そんなバカな. Like, you've got to be kidding me. Where I would almost just go with, "What the hell?" Like, it's just Jesus Christ. And I think you have to view this one before you actually get new stuff. It's so fucking cool.